So I'm just going to make this quick because there really isn't anything I can really add to what everyone else has already said. If you haven't seen it by now, the Funimation dub of Prison School has, for whatever reason, shoehorned in a Gamergate reference. And it's about as much of a joke as name dropping a Nintendo system on Big Bang Theory is considered a joke. It's just that. It's just the name drop. There's no build up. There's nothing going on that could even be remotely related to Gamergate in this series. So I don't even know why. Actually, no, I do know why that they dropped it, but we'll get to that in a second. So before I continue, I will say this: it's a stupid little one-off. I don't think anybody should be outraged over this. I understand the outrage, but it's a little complicated. I understand the outrage because it's out of nowhere. It makes no sense in the context of the show. It's just there, and coming from a company that strives, or at least says to strive, for accurate dubs, this is really disappointing. But the writers, one of them being Tyson Reinhardt, decided it would be a great idea. In fact, he admits this on his Twitter. He did it just to ruffle feathers. He did this as bait. So basically what I'm saying is he deliberately did a shitty job at writing and translating just to shoehorn this reference in there so that he can get people pissed off. Well, it worked. It fucking worked. But here's my main issue with it. It's not the fact that they put it... It's not just that they put a Gamergate reference in there. It's everything that's surrounding it that I have a problem with. I have a huge problem with. Because if you look on Tyson's Twitter, he is a douchebag. He's not professional in any way. And he works for Funimation. He helped with the writing on this show for the English dub. And anybody, in fact, I'm quoting him directly. He says, "If you think rape threats against women in gaming are acceptable, I'm glad my script pissed you off. Hashtag it was just one line, you nerds." So, if you have a problem, it doesn't matter if you're anti-Gamergate or pro-Gamergate, if you have a problem with this line, guess what? You like rape threats. You hate women, according to Tyson. Like, really? Really, asshole? It's gotten to the point where even anti-Gamergaters are stepping up to say, hey, this is fucking stupid. Like, one that I know of for sure is Jess Otaku from Channel Awesome. Said it was unneeded, it was not necessary, and it was just stupid. And it was. I can't believe I'm agreeing with, prominent anti-Gamergater on something. And of course, with all the people jumping down his throat, Tyson has decided to throw back the ultimate all-time excuse, cop-out, I guess. It was just a joke. Well, apparently, don't you just love that? When you do something wrong, or when you say something that somebody gets offended by, and you say it's just a joke, that's a cop-out. But for them, they can do it all they want. They can say something really fucked up that legitimately hurts people. But when they get confronted, they can say it's just a joke. Just like with, it's okay when they do it. Just like the Sarah Butts shit. Pedophilia. It's bad when 8chan does it. Allegedly does it. But when one of their own actually does do it, suddenly it's okay. Oh, it's just like homosexuality. And I'm getting off track. I better get the wheels turning, get the fuck back on the track. You see what he's doing here is shitting all over his audience. He's shitting all over the one group that actually watches anime, and that's anime fans. Oh, it was just one line, you nerds. Like, way to go. Way to go, Biff Tannen, you piece of shit. And then, one argument, if you were to ask me who's getting more pissed off, Gamergaters or nitpicking anime fans, I would say the anime fans. They kind of, gamers and anime fans, they kind of bleed into each other. But I would say, the nitpicky purists are getting more pissed off because they took something that's based in Japan and they started shoehorning in Western stuff into it. Like, they make a reference to the Fonz, but they call him Arthur Fonzarelli, his real name. And then they say, oh, you're some fucking creepy gamer gator. I'm like, what fucking sense did that make? Again, there's no build up, it's just the name drop. And that's the joke. The name itself is the joke. Just like that fucking god-awful show Big Bang Theory. I mean, here's another tweet from him that I'm reading verbatim. Let's see. Well, where the fuck is it? Oh, here's another tweet from Tyson. I love that the folks who want things to stay closer to the original Japanese have none of the artful subtleties of the language they want to hear. So what exactly are you saying, Tyson? That people who want things to be translated correctly are fucking idiots? Is that what you're saying? Oh, and of course, he and the other writer, her name escapes me. Of course, they're friends with Brianna Wu. What a fucking surprise! But this shoehorning of the joke doesn't even make any sense. Of all the shows that you want to get feminist points for, why the fuck did you choose Prison School? I mean, I've never read the manga, nor have I ever watched the anime, but from what I've seen and like screenshots and shit, it is one of the most fan-servicey cheesecake bullshit shows I've ever seen. And you're gonna try and win feminists over with it? Like, are you stupid, Tyson? Especially since immediately after she says calls him a creepy gamer gator, she then says, "Oh, you can stare at my tits if you want to." Like, are you fucking kidding me? And besides, the original line is basically, "You should respect me because I'm older than you." That's essentially the original line. I mean, I get it. In the dubbing process, things are going to change. Look at Lupin the Third, the Red Jacket series from Adult Swim. It was a show based in the 70s, and yet they shoehorned so many pop culture references of that day and age. And that's why purists got all pissed off. They're like, why are you taking a show based and made in the 70s and putting in references to, like, MTV and shit? And you know what? I understand. As much as I absolutely fucking love that dub of Lupin the Third, I understand that criticism. But like I said before, no matter, like, especially in today's day and age, no matter how, no matter how much a dubbing company wants to stay true to the original source, some things you have to change. Some things you have to change to make it understandable for an American audience. And even though you're pandering to anime fans, sometimes you want to make it so that other people can join in too. That's a common practice. And for whatever fucking reason, they decided to basically toss all of their integrity out the fucking window just to make this one little jab, this politically charged jab at a hashtag movement. And it doesn't make any sense. Now, like I said, nobody should be, making this big of a fucking deal out of it. But they wouldn't be if it weren't for Tyson and the other writers just lashing back on Twitter and being passive-aggressive cunts about it. I mean, what the fuck is happening? Where's the professionalism? Where's the integrity? I mean, Funimation for years has strived itself on professionalism and making great dubs. And unfortunately, I think this is going to hurt them. People are already writing into Funimation for how unprofessional Tyson is being about this. Now, if things follow through, he might very well either be, moved to a different project or suspended or hell, even fired. And it makes me mad because I go to panels at conventions that are hosted by major Funimation employees. Chris Sabat, Sonny Strait, oh my god, especially Christopher Sabat. Every single panel that he appears in that talks about the dubbing process, when he's working on a dub, he always strives on making it close to the original as possible. That's why when Dragon Ball Kai was around, that's why he hired an all new, for the most part, all new voice cast, because he wanted them to sound like the Japanese voice cast. That's why all the fucking idiotic memes are gone, because he wanted it to be a truer experience for both newcomers and people who have watched Dragon Ball Z years before. You know, it was a reintroduction to the series. He wanted it to be a fresh start, and he strived for that, and he reiterated that the most important thing was to be accurate. So what the fuck is this then? I mean, my God, the Ayers brothers, especially Greg, they're like knee deep into social justice shit, and I've never seen them do anything like this before. I've never seen them do anything like this. Like Greg Ayers, he is an openly gay man, and he hosts panels on It Gets Better at pretty much every convention that he's been at, and I have never seen him or his brother Chris do shit like this. And I think the craziest part of this is that, you know, we hear rumors about voice actors all the time, right? Like we can make jokes about Vic Mignogna all the fucking time, you know, and talk about how much of a douche he is, and all this allegations about him hitting on younger women and shit like that. Like, you know, but that's just it. They're just allegations. Nothing is proven, you know. And so people might very well be slandering an innocent man. But here it's laid out right in front of you. You know, Tyson is very clearly being a dick to his fans. You know, people who express outrage or express disapproval with it, they're immediately labeled as Gamergate scum that hate women and enjoy the hell out of rape jokes. Or they're just stupid, angry nerds. Like, are you fucking kidding me, Tyson? These are your fucking audience members. This is your audience you're talking to. The people who, without them, you wouldn't even fucking have a job. And you're treating them like they're nothing, like they're peasants, like they're plebeians, that you're the fucking king of the world, and that they're all beneath you. Fuck you. You know, and people ask all the time, why is Gamergate still a thing? This is why. Shit like this is why. Like, have you noticed that before this and before the fucking, you know, joke of a UN conference with Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn, that the Gamergate stuff has been kind of quiet, kind of on the down low? You know, nobody really made any videos, nobody, maybe like here and there, but like as a whole, Gamergate's been kind of quiet, right? And then this shot up, and then Gamergate is talking again. It's fucking skyrocketed into mainstream now again. This is why. Like, you know, it's Halloween. It's almost Halloween, so I might as well make this reference. Gamergate is like Freddy Krueger. All right. Oh, you mean that he goes after mainly women? No. No. Gamergate is like Freddy Krueger. You cannot kill him unless you forget about him. The only way to kill Freddy Krueger is to pretend that he doesn't even exist, because he thrives off attention. Freddy Krueger is the world's deadliest attention whore. You know, the second you stop paying attention to him, the second he goes away. And that's really, like, if you want to get rid of Gamergate, that's the only way you're going to get rid of them. Stop paying attention to them. Stop giving them a reason to exist. To sum it up, I'm disappointed with Funimation. Like, I'm not going to go on a mass boycott or anything. It's just, I'm disappointed in them. I do not think the company as a whole will, you know, share Tyson's sentiments about pretty much their entire fan base. But, I mean, people have already started writing into Funimation. Like I said, you know, if this goes completely through, he's either going to be reprimanded or punished or forced to apologize, or hell, maybe even fired. Who knows? And one more point I want to say this. If it's bad when 4Kids does it, it's bad when Funimation does it. You know, but I will give 4Kids this much. As stupid as their re-edits and their Americanization and baseless localization is, I've never seen a dub they did where they were shoving an ideology down our throats. In the very end, they were just trying to make it more friendly for kids. But, you know, that's the one thing I will give 4Kids when it comes to their editing. But this is stupid. This really is fucking stupid. And we'll just have to see what goes from there. And this is why, like, people don't want to go into voice acting anymore. At least, the people I've talked to. They're like, how can I even go into a field that I want to enjoy when there's all this political bullshit going on? It'll just be nothing but stress. I mean, with that and the voice acting strike that's going on, I mean, it's a fucking mess. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think. This has been Big Al. Thanks for watching, or listening, because there's really nothing to watch. Over and out.